Alright, it's time for my top 5 love story / general book recommendations. I'm going to start out with the Luxe series by Godberson. I think the covers of these books might be slightly misleading because they look like it's all about snotty girls and only snotty girls would want to read them, but really it's very intriguing. There's a lot of romance and love triangles and mystery and backstabbing, and it's just kind of fun. Also, the last book, Splendor, just came out this week, so you don't have to wait to know how it ends, and it's really kind of a cool, fun book, and lots of love, good stuff in this one. Next is Perfect Chemistry by Simone Eccles. I checked out this book in the first place because the description on the back was hilarious, and I just thought it was going to be really comical. But it's actually way more intense than that. It's about a rich little white girl and a Mexican guy from the wrong side of the tracks, and sort of how they interact and don't really like each other, but maybe they kind of do, and there's some fun struggling in there. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a fun read. Also, I like that it goes back and forth from perspectives, like from his to hers, his to hers. Those are always kind of cool books to me. Next up is The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck. This isn't exactly a love story. I had to read this in the 6th grade, and there are characters in this book that I just never got over. Alon, she's the wife of this farmer in pre-revolutionary China, and for some reason I just adore her. I don't know why. It might be a weird recommendation, but Pearl S. Buck is a Nobel Prize winning writer, and I really think that this is kind of a new classic. I would recommend picking this book up. I have to recommend The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I think that's how you say it. The Luxe series and Perfect Chemistry are young adult books, and I read The Good Earth in the 6th grade, but this is an adult book, and so there are some adult themes in here, so you might want to be careful before you check it out. However, the concept is fantastic. It is just chaos on paper, and I love that. You think of time traveling as sort of like a sterile thing that happens at a lab somewhere, but it's just sort of this organic, almost terrible thing that happens to this guy, and about the consequences of that lifestyle and the beauty of that lifestyle, and I just think it's kind of cool. And last, but definitely not least, is The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I read this book in January. This is still the best book that I have read all year. If you have not read this book, you need to go pick it up. If you don't, you are lame. I'm just going to tell you right now, you are not cool if you do not read this book. I'm just going to tell you, I picked up this book, and I started reading it, and the writing was so beautiful, I had to back away from the book. Like, I was just too overwhelmed by how awesome it is. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. This book is set in Nazi Germany, and it follows a little girl as she steals books, and then sort of has her own story stolen from her in a way. It's really cool. If you figure out who the narrator is pretty quickly, that helps. If you don't, ask somebody, because it changes the entire perspective of the book. You have to understand who's narrating it, just so you know. It's beautiful. It's not exactly a love story, though there are some love themes in it, and Markus just uses great language and great analogies, like people spilling out of trains like chips out of a bag. I love that so much. I wish I had come up with that. Oh, Markus, I hate you. Just like I did for the Jacked Up books, I'm going to go set up folders on my website under the forums, so if you want a place to talk about these, you can go there and hopefully find some fellow readers who enjoyed the books as much as you did. And next week will be sci-fi / fantasy. Look out.